On Saturday the 9th of December, we saw our first look at Shooty. So me and Hunter thought, I'm with Hunter by the way, say hello Hunter.
Hello.
We thought we'd sort of, I don't know, rank all the Doctors from the last 70 years, seeing it's been, no, not 70 years, sorry, 60 years of Doctor Who. Okay, so yeah, we're going to rank all the Doctors from S tier down to D tier. Once the Doctor has been placed in the tier, it cannot be moved. Yeah, you ready to give it a go?
I'm ready to give it a go.
Right, so we got first up, obviously, we got the First Doctor,
William Hartnell.
William Hartnell. Where do you reckon he should be plopped in the 5 tiers?
Right. I've seen An Unearthly Child, the Daleks, Dalek Invasion of Earth, and the 10th Planet from him. Honestly, I don't think he's a bad Doctor. He's the one that started it all.
Yeah,
But,
that was sort of my kind of thing, because last week when I did the rating the TARDIS, I put his TARDIS number 1 because that's sort of where it started. Like, without him and his TARDIS, we wouldn't sort of be here today.
I think we should put him in the middle of, like, middle ground. I would say B is probably the best for William Hartnell.
Yeah,
because he hasn't. The character wasn't developed enough.
Yeah, I think for like the 1960s, I think it was not bad for the time, but looking back on it now, it's very it shows his age. Yeah.
Fun little fact.
Oh.
William Hartnell, when he was the Doctor, he was the youngest person to take on the role at the time.
Fucking hell! Yeah, because of course he was. It was the first. What do you mean? Of course he was. Oh, God. Then we got second Doctor, Patrick Troughton. Now, where do you reckon this man sits?
I think Patrick Troughton is a fantastic Doctor. He brought humour, and he adapted on what William Hartnell did. I want to say he is a level above William Hartnell personally.
Should I put him in
but
A?
I don't think he's good enough to be S tier. I would say A tier. Yeah.
A tier. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. I'm happy with that one. Next up, we got obviously the Third Doctor, John Pertwee.
It's Pertwee.
Yeah. Okay. That one. Shut up.
Right. With John, I think he is a great Doctor, but he was very limited because he was trapped on Earth, wasn't he, throughout his tenure? So he wasn't able to properly explore other planets and see a Doctor outside of his Earth self.
Yeah. So
although I would say he's good, but he's nowhere near as good as Patrick Troughton personally.
Right.
But I think he's better than William Hartnell. So what are you thinking?
Sort of. Can you not right there?
I think he's better than B tier. I would say behind Patrick Troughton on A tier. Yeah.
Okay, that works. No, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not and then obviously next we got the Fourth Doctor, which is probably the
he's
Tom
the fourth person to take on the role.
Yeah, he was. Yes.
Honestly, I think we don't really need to talk about it. S tier straight away.
Yeah, I was gonna say
fantastic.
Yeah.
He's a classic. He was the Doctor for the longest time. He's iconic, and he had great stories. He was a great actor. He is a great actor.
I like his outfit, the scarf, the hat, the kind of vibe they're going with.
I think this is when the Doctor had a proper personality, and the character had grown that much that Tom Baker's a staple in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Definitely S tier.
Right, so Peter Davison. where are we going to put this guy?
People are going to disagree with me, but I don't feel like he didn't have the greatest stories, for one thing. Yeah, I don't think he really did it for me as the Doctor. He's okay. He's not bad at all. But when you look at Tom Baker, Patrick Troughton and John Pertwee, does he really go anywhere near those lot?
No, I mean, I'll be honest, when I think of the classic Who, I think of obviously William Tom Baker. I don't really think of Peter to be honest. And also, I never understood the celery on the coat.
No.
It was just, I think it was because it was like during the era where like they were trying new things, they were trying out kind of different styles. I just don't think it kind of really hit the mark.
Personally, for me, I'd put him just below William Hartnell.
I was gonna say C tier as well.
I was going to say B tier, but because I feel like C tier is way too harsh. But like behind William Hartnell.
Okay, no, yeah, that
Can you
works.
agree with that? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy with that one.
Okay.
And next one we have
Colin Baker,
Colin Baker.
the man that tried to kill his companion. That's an instant D tier for me. Didn't really feel like the Doctor was more of a villain than anything.
We love to see. Love to see that.
And the stories weren't too great either.
Yeah, I mean, I've not really watched a lot of the classic. I watched it once when I had BritBox for a while.
Yeah.
Now it's on iPlayer. I might give it another go, but I wasn't paying for another streaming service just to watch classic Who when I had the modern Who on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seemed.
I'm going to be completely honest. I think Colin Baker's the worst Doctor.
You think?
I think so. Yeah.
Damn. Even compared to some of the modern, so he's the worst. Blanket. That's it. Full stop. Kind of going kind of statement. Colin Baker, the worst Doctor in the last 60 years of the show.
Yes.
Shit.
He tried to kill his companion. That's enough for me to be like, that's not the Doctor.
No, usually they put the companions first, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
next Doctor,
Sylvester McCoy. I like Sylvester McCoy a lot.
I like his umbrella.
And he has a lot of personality, and he also has a dark side to him, which I do like.
Yeah.
Is he better than Tom Baker? No.
No.
Not
I
by a
reckon,
million.
I would say he's probably, I don't know, B tier? In between?
See, I was gonna say A tier, but I don't know where.
Because if
I
it's...
really,
Go on.
I really like Sylvester McCoy. I think he's brilliant.
I would say A tier. Fuck it. He can
Yeah.
go there. Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Yeah. Right, now we're getting on to the modern Who. So we've got the War Doctor. The 50th.
Doctor.
The
He
War
didn't really
Doctor.
have. He was only in one episode.
He was.
He was in the 50th anniversary. I think he did a good job for that, but we can't really give him a fair ranking considering we haven't seen enough of him. But he's better than Colin. So C tier.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think that's fair.
That works. Yeah. It was. It was. I love watching that episode. The 50th when he popped in.
Absolutely brilliant episode.
Now
Paul
we've got
McGann.
Paul McGann.
Where would we put Paul? Because we haven't seen a lot of him,
No,
but
we've
what
not.
we have seen has been brilliant.
What we saw him. He was obviously the Doctor in the movie, in the TV film. Then also he came back last year, in Jodie's last episode.
Who? Paul McGann. Yeah,
yeah.
he did. Yeah.
So really, we've seen him twice, in over the last 60 years.
And then you've got the Minnesota Night of the Doctor, which is his best performance as well.
I'm gonna say B tier.
I want to say B tier as well.
Like, should we put him?
I would say above Peter Davison after William Hartnell.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 9, Ninth Doctor.
Christopher Eccleston, brilliant Doctor. Just didn't get enough of him.
Yeah, I was about to say the exact same. Like, I love him. I love him as an actor. I love him as the Doctor. But one season wasn't enough to kind of understand him as a Doctor, because he was very different compared to, say, David and Matt and Peter. But there are elements where I kind of would like to see another story, like another season, to sort of like fully understand stuff.
Yeah. I do think A tier for sure though.
Whereabouts though? Sort of...
Behind Patrick Troughton, I would say. Is he better than John Pertwee? Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, I think that's a strong one. Right.
Yeah.
Number 10.
He's got to go in S tier, I will admit.
S tier. 10.
Right, 10th Doctor. Is he better than Tom Baker? Is the question.
Oh.
A lot of people say he is, but
I think that's unfair to sort of compare them both, because they're both great Doctors in two different times, because Colin was obviously kind of top of top back in the 90s. David is obviously top in the now.
Survival series, yeah.
So they're two different kind of shows, because Doctor Who's different compared to. So I think it's. I know for me, I would put him above. I'll put him but that's just because obviously I've grown up with David. You've grown up because we know him more than if we were old enough to watch when Tom was the Doctor, I think we would put him above. I think it's the sort of age difference and the fact that we've not really spent our lives with Tom. We've spent our lives with David. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I feel like, personally, I'd put him behind Tom Baker for one reason and one reason only.
Okay.
He felt too human.
What, Colin or David?
David. David Tennant felt a bit too human. Like, he's a great Doctor, but...
Yeah, there was that element of sort of, like, humaniness.
And he was whingy and whiny about Rose.
Yeah, 2 and a bit seasons.
I'd say put him behind Tom, just for that reason.
That's fine, he can chill. He's S tier, it's fine, he's S tier.
Yeah, I mean, it's top of the shop, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Now we got our man.
Above Tom Baker. He's just brilliant, perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
The only man I can see go from being completely wacky and crazy to pure anger and actually being terrifying.
In the same scene can just switch it. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the best actors to take on the role. And, again, I grew up with Matt Smith, David Tennant, Matt Smith, and Christopher Eccleston. I grew up with these 3.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, Matt Smith... I feel like he had a lot to live up for going after David Tennant.
Oh yeah. Because he came in right as Doctor Who was at its peak, didn't he?
Yeah.
And
he had a massive gap to fill, and I think he did really well.
Very well.
He accomplished that.
Yeah. Hey, number 12, Peter Capaldi.
I think it's another S tier again.
Where though? After David? Before David? I'll put him after David.
I think just because of Series 8, his character arc, him being quite villainish, I would say, in Season 8, I think we'll put him after David.
Yeah, that works.
But if we're only judging from Series 9 and 10, I would put him right next to Matt Smith. But... Yeah, purely because of Series 8...
No, yeah,
I think that's fair. Yeah, he was fantastic. It's brilliant. I think he's quite underrated as well. So putting him in S tier, I think is. So
also, he did a very good job when the show was sort of in its decline with popularity. Anyway.
Absolutely, and he didn't get great stories, did he?
No, he didn't get the best of luck with that side of things.
But then, if you put any other Doctor in Heaven Sent, would they be able to hold that episode on their own?
That's the thing. I think Matt would have. David would have, but it wouldn't have been as good. No, I think where we put him is fair.
I don't think Matt Smith could hold that episode on his own either. No, I think Peter Capaldi was the perfect Doctor for that episode. Well, I don't think any other Doctor could fill that role.
Isn't that still classed as like the best Doctor Who story to date?
I think Blink is still above it, but that is second.
Blink was good.
Right.
Now we're getting into the
we're
going to get into the juicy bit now. Jodie Whittaker.
As a Doctor, I really like her.
Yeah.
But the writing really made her plummet.
Yeah. Because I would say if we're going off just the the Doctors, I'd probably put her in like B, A tier. But I would say due to the writing and how the kind of overarching kind of story with how the way Chibnall was able to do what he did, where would you put her?
Right. Thinking about it, when I watch back her series, I don't know, like, I get along with her Doctor. Like, she's somewhat wacky, she's childish.
Yeah.
She feels alien, she doesn't feel human at all.
Yeah.
But then I think about the stuff with Yaz, where she fell in love with Yaz, and that's bringing that human side back into it again.
Yeah.
Which if we're talking before Flux, I would have said B tier. But I feel like I'm going to have to go C tier. Above John Hurt.
Oh, God.
Oh, I feel really bad for putting her that low.
But I think it's because, well, obviously she's not bottom, so I think she's top of C tier. But I think the writing, like, if we had one season with her under a different writer, like under Moffat or under Russell, I think she could have shot up to like probably A tier.
100%, yeah.
But I think because she didn't, and I think because Chibnall did his thing, I think C tier is. I think that's fair enough for what is probably considered not a very good run of the show.
I think judging as the first female Time Lord, they chose the right actor but the wrong showrunner.
Yeah, definitely. Like if she came in under Russell or under Moffat, there would have been a problem. Yeah, I think people would have absolutely fucking loved it.
Yeah, I would have said A tier, 100%.
Yeah, but I think
with good stories, good writing, good acting. Yeah. Her acting's fine. It's fine.
She's not the issue. She was never the issue. Yeah, it was the writing that just sort of let her down.
Yeah.
And then we've got
Jo Martin. I actually like Jo Martin.
I didn't mind the reveal when we found out that she was I'm the Doctor, mate, or whatever this line was. But I still don't understand it. Sitting here now, I'm like, I don't quite understand who she is, where she sits into the storyline, why she is, like, what. There's so many questions surrounding her that we're probably never going to know the answer to.
But I like that, because then we can kind of build our own story. And I feel like, as an actor, she acted well as a Doctor. She felt like the Doctor.
Yeah.
More than Jodie Whittaker did at this point in time when we met her.
Because this was like midway through season 11 or season 12?
I'm going to be very controversial. I'm going to say bottom of B tier.
I was looking at B tier and it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a fair place for her.
And then we've got David again.
14th.
And yes, we've only seen him for 3 episodes. And a special. But
it's hard to see him as he's not the 10th Doctor. Like, I see him as the 10th Doctor. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because he's not the original, let's say, for this example, can we put him higher than the 10th Doctor?
I think the highest he can probably go is probably end of A tier. I don't think we can put him any higher purely because because also we've not had, because like we've put the War Doctor at C tier because we had him for 1 episode. The 14th we've had him for 3 episodes. Yes, they are the special episodes, but I feel like
he felt more like the Doctor than the 10th Doctor. That's the thing, because he wasn't human.
Also, we didn't hear about Rose the entire time, which was nice.
I'd say put him at the top of B tier, above William Hartnell.
No, yeah.
I think that's a very fair placement, considering it is a rehash off a previous Doctor, and he didn't feel different enough, I would say.
No. And then our last Doctor, our current running Doctor, number 15.
It's really too soon to give him a proper ranking, but what we've seen about 25 minutes worth of footage with Ncuti.
Yeah, because we've got the Christmas special coming in literally, 13 days. So
I think he smashed it. I
really did. I liked him. I really did. I was sort of obviously I was in Call Chloe at the time. I literally could not take my eyes away from the screen.
Should we whack him in A tier?
I want to say A tier.
A tier? I think that's fair.
Where?
We can't put him above Christopher Eccleston.
Behind him?
I think, yeah, for now. But this could change.
This is most likely going to change when we see his season next year.
Yeah.
But there we go. There is Mindhunter's Doctor Who ratings of 2023. It's probably going to change because our opinions change all the time.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so let me know what your rankings are down below in the comments, and catch you in a bit, I guess. I'm about to end the video.
It's cold for a summer night. I text you, I'm sorry, I don't mean to bother, but figured I gotta try. And you say you're busy, but I don't believe you, it's keeping me up at night. The way my emotions keep turning around, can keep it inside, no.